All right, let me bring Fiona back into the conversation. Now, Fiona, so we understand. Well, that's according to the International Telecommunications Union. They say that women are 50% less likely than men to be online, and 30 to 50% less likely to use the internet for economic and political empowerment. How do we change that statistics? How do we get more women now, yeah, to come online?
Thank you very much, Victor. I think that statistics is quite correct, or I would agree with it. One of the things I think we need to put in place is the laws. It's very, very important. One of the things that has sidelined women from using tech or from engaging online has been harassment. They feel all the time they've gone online, they have not been protected, they have been exposed to so many things. So one of the things like Facebook, Twitter, and other sites are doing, they are creating buttons at least to report this harassment, or they've put in place things like you can block someone if you feel they are sending you things you don't want. They're trying to put those security measures, but beyond that, software developers and all the guys doing all these apps every day, Victor, you agree with me, apps are going on, everything is being done. One of the things I think we need to do as the government or the governments across the world is to have a joint law that will protect all online users. As long as we cannot achieve that, we cannot have many women participate because abuse is going on, less is being done. A few countries have policies that can incriminate people who are abusing them online. So I'm thinking if we could have I give an example of UK and German. They have put up new regulations to curb the cyber crimes, to try to bring in action or to penalize whoever is involved in it. So, to me, one of the things that greatly we have to do, we have to get a joint law as a nation, as a country, as a world that will protect all online users, not only women. Because if you, actually, I was looking at the statistics, women in US below 30 years have been greatly affected by harassment, by posting of their nudes, revenge porn, and all those things. So if the
So
laws are in
are
place
you
that
are
can
you are you, are
protect.
you calling for like an internet government, so to speak?
Yes, I'm saying, can we have the ITU? You're in place, you're wonderful. But can we have laws that are going to protect the online users that are crossing the state and borders? That even if someone, because it doesn't make sense, Victor, for me to have a law in Uganda when Kenya is not agreeing with it or Nigeria does not agree with it. We need to look into a place where we're going to put policies, all those that are going to be embraced by the international body, because the internet is an international thing that will protect all online users, that will guide the software developers, that will guide all the sites that are being put up in place. Every single day, internet developers are merging up with new technologies. But without stringent laws and rules on how to guide them, on how to use their things, we will have a bridge of gap, a very huge gap where women are left behind because of fear for them to be exposed by all the crimes that are committed online.
Uh,
Yeah.
Again, I'll come back to you, but speaking of this global or general law or set of laws, that will govern the internet. We've been having, internet governance forums, fora, in different places. But if you also look at the fact that you have like the AU, how many countries, are bound by the laws of the AU? So if you have something similar that is, guiding the use of internet, how binding will it be on local laws?
That's quite interesting. So I think that's where we need, more of the Nigerian government. And so far, I believe they've been trying. When we had Omobola Johnson, and even right now, the current Minister of Information Technology, Honorable Shitu, I know he has attended a lot of internet governance forums, like the last Nigerian internet governance forum that held earlier this year. He was there, so there's been that effort. But we actually need more involvement. We need more countries to be involved, because usually when it comes to those kind of laws, it's better for it to be a bottom-up approach. So it's not just coming from the top, but you're involving everyone, both the internet users, the academia, the different stakeholders, and with that you can see more participation, more acceptance, more how will I put it now, more people using it when those laws or policies actually come into place.
Do you agree?
Yeah, so I quite agree and disagree in a way. I think that policies that govern the internet, yeah, so we have the Internet Governance Forum, and you have policies that guide them. I also think that those policies should be localized, and I'm aware that Paradigm Initiative is working on the Digital Rights and Freedom Bill. And that bill, because I was part of the team that, you know, also worked on it when I was there, that bill actually, you know, has a lot of policies in place that protect internet users, your abusers, and all of that. So, but the bill is yet to be passed. I mean, it has been passed, but it's yet to be signed into law.
Yeah.
So hopefully, it gets presidential assent before the tenure of this current administration runs out. I also think that if you look at the European Union and the issues around GDPR and how they have collectively, you know, stood their grounds and making laws, fining internet companies, and, you know, making them accountable for every actions that is happening on their platforms. I don't think that, I'm not saying the African Union doing that yet. The African Union needs to take internet policies really very importantly, and then we need more of the government to, you know, stop shutting down internet
around, of course.
Yes.
Well, just hold your thoughts for a bit. We'll take a break and I'll be back in a moment. Please stay with us.